Hi, I'm Terry with 2ubs.com, and with me here today is a 2014 Wilier Triestina 101XB 650B hardtail mountain bike. So why don't you spend a few minutes with me while we get into the details of this super light, super fast off-road racing machine. So last year we were quite excited when Wilier announced the 101XN, their carbon 29er hardtail. The bike was an instant hit with us. Compared to other 29ers, we felt this certainly had an edge. With that said, we have always been 650B fans at 2ubs since the beginning, making our own custom bikes with spare parts, etc. So we were quite excited this year, especially excited when they announced the 101XB, as in 650B. We felt this is going to be the future of mountain biking, and why don't you spend a few minutes now so we can get into some of the details of why this is a big improvement over the 29er. Now, Wilier Triestina's goal with the 101XB was to basically deliver unparalleled performance. Think mountain bike racing, World Cup, etc. Similar to their Cento Uno SR, they're utilizing 60-ton carbon, so very, if you will, high modulus, very stiff carbon throughout the frame, just to deliver that, again, that performance, that basically transmitting power to the wheel. With that said, it's going to be a very stiff, very racy bike. It utilizes integrated cables, very similar to the Cento Uno SR as well. Really cleans up the design. It doesn't expose your cables to the elements, whether you're riding through dusty areas or in inclement weather. Obviously, we have a tapered head tube here, which is now the industry standard. We don't need to go into the details of why that's the best way. And down here, the bottom bracket is like proprietary, a BB92 as they call it, like integrated bottom bracket shell in the frame. Tail end of the bike here, we have asymmetric rear arms. You'll notice right off the bat there's differences from the drive side and the non-drive side. That's to absorb braking forces here on the left or on the non-drive side, and obviously to preserve power transmission to the rear wheel on the drive side of the bike. They are using or utilizing an integrated dropout here in the back also to preserve that, if you will, that power and not lose any or reduce the ride comfort by not having an integrated dropout. So definitely technology is being used throughout this bike to deliver, again, unparalleled performance and actually a surprisingly comfortable ride too. Okay, so really quickly I'd like to get into the benefits of a 650B wheel configuration. As everybody knows, for forever, 26-inch wheels being the standard in the mountain bike world, and then, I want to say maybe early 2000s, you started to see these massive big wheels coming out, 29er wheels, and obviously they handle rougher terrain better. I think were more of a stable platform, and quickly became another standard, if you will. Those bikes, or bigger wheel bikes, 29ers, have been tough to climb on, or you're pedaling a lot more mass up the hill. Slower to accelerate, slower to turn. You have a lot more centrifugal resistance, if you will, trying to flick the bike down the hill. And they're cumbersome in switchbacks and whatnot, trying to get the bike to turn. So now we have the best of both worlds. We have the 650B, or 27.5, right slab in the middle. So it's going to improve upon the shortcomings of a 26-inch wheel, and also, if you will, it's going to be able to do what the 29er does without you really suffering in terms of lugging that extra big heavy wheel or that extra rotational mass up the hill. It's still going to be a great technical climbing bike like a 29er, but again, maybe even better, it's going to be more agile. Obviously it's going to give you that nimble feeling of a 26 in the downhill. So you're looking at, I think, the future wheel configuration for the mountain bike world, and I believe the current world champion as far as cross-country racing accomplished his goal on a 650B mountain bike. So that right there is proof in the pudding. Now for the bike behind me, I actually wanted to talk about it because it actually ended up being quite an impressive number in terms of weight. You're looking at our, if you will, our skunk works, or think maybe pumpkin works around the holiday season. We always build a bike in the orange theme. But utilizing our, if you will, hybrid Campagnolo mountain bike group and actually pretty heavy wheels and components on the bike, we were surprised to see the bike ended up being about 18 pounds complete. Goes to show we could easily build one of these in the 16-pound range without jeopardizing strength or reliability. So definitely some fantastic weight numbers to hit with a 650B mountain bike over a, like I say, a 29er hardtail. So now the big question here, is the Wilier Triestina's 101XB the mountain bike frame for you? Well, the answer is yes.
I'm sorry.
Well, thanks so much for visiting. If you have any questions about the Wilier Triestina 101XB or another Wilier Triestina mountain bike or anything Wilier Triestina, you know how to contact us at twohubs.com. That's info@twohubs.com. Other than that, make sure you enjoy the trails.